Hello and welcome to my first YouTube video. This is something I've been putting off for ages. I even posted it on my story a wee while ago. I was sitting down planning my first YouTube video and just never got around to it. I just kept putting it off. So what I want to do over the next 12 weeks, do like kind of mini series. I don't know if that's what you would call it. And I'm basically going to show you my training over the next 12 weeks of what I'm working towards. Basically to show you that first of all, I'm walking the walk and doing what I'm asking my clients to do, or anyone else that would come to me. I'm doing exactly what I would tell them to do, but also to show you what consistency actually looks like, what it looks like to be in the process as such as well, because it's all good me just saying, go and do this, go and do that, this is what you need to do. Whereas if you can actually see me doing it, I think that might be quite valuable. So yeah, here we are going through my unplanned introduction. But yeah, basically what I'm going to do is talk you through my goals over the next 12 weeks. And then on a weekly basis, I'm basically going to try and get as much kind of behind the scenes stuff as possible. So hopefully it's all right. Who knows how it's going to go? I've never done this before. So yeah, we're just going for it. And yeah, I'm just going to talk a little bit about my goals now. So I've just finished a training for the Inverness Half Marathon 2 weeks ago and Glasgow High Rocks last week. I actually got really ill after High Rocks. I think it was norovirus. It was fucking awful. The goal this week is just to get back into training, build up intensity, and then I'm going to go into some testing next week to see where I'm at, get my baseline data, and then I'm going to test that again at the end of my 12-week block. So this week is just getting back into the gym. I got my first session done yesterday. I've got a threshold run to do today. So I'll maybe, again, even try and get some kind of bits and bobs of that today. The weather's actually horrendous outside, so we'll see we'll see how that goes. But I just want to talk a little bit about my goals over the course of the 12 weeks. My 5K goal by the end of the 12 weeks is to get under 19 minutes. The fastest I've ever done for a 9K. For a 5K is 19 minutes 36. My 10K, I'd love to get under 40 minutes. The fastest I've done is 41:52 or something like that. It's a big ask over the next 12 weeks, but it's something I really want to push towards. My running is just not where I want it to be, and it really annoys me. My strength goals: back squat, I want to get back up to 160 kg. Bench press, I want to get up to 125 kg. This is all 1 rep maxes, by the way. Strict press, I want to get back up to 80 kg, and then weighted pull-ups, I'd like to get up to 50 kg. Endurance goals, I've never hit them. The strength stuff I have done before, but not for a good while. Looking forward to getting stuck into that and balancing the strength and conditioning side of things. That's my goals over the next 12 weeks to work towards. I think it's really important to have those in place as well. So yeah, we will see how that goes. But like I say, I'm going to try and show you as much as possible and just make it as real and raw as possible. That sounds weird. Just as like real as possible. Yeah. So that's me. Just finished my threshold run. I'm not gonna lie, I'm holding the phone really low in case anyone sees me recording this walking down the street. But yeah, that was good. That was my first run back since High Rocks and since being ill as well. So pretty tough to get that done, but if I'm being completely honest, it felt pretty tough. But also, just when I started my last run, I could start to feel my calf. That's something I've really struggled with, is like calf injuries in the past. If you don't know, I have ruptured my Achilles before on my left side, but I get all the problems on my right side. So it's there's a car going past right now, this is so awkward. Yeah, I get all the problems on my right side. Touch wood, it's not happened for a long time, but that was a big mental battle for me there, to be fair, because I could have easily stopped, but I just kept telling myself, keep going, it's fine. And just when you like, I don't know, if you've never had injuries you might not understand it, but keeping yourself like relaxed in that state is massive. Like, it's huge. It's like really helped me, is sitting just like visualising yourself finishing it as well. So yeah, that's a big win, to be honest. It might seem little, but there's the little things like that make the big wins and make the progress in time. Okay, so I'm not gonna lie, I've just sat talking to the camera for about 5 minutes and my phone wasn't even recording. I'm gonna get good at this. I promise you I'm going to get good at this. But yes, today is Wednesday. I did my threshold run yesterday and I was talking about feeling my calf. I can still feel it today, okay? So I woke up this morning, still feeling it, still quite tender, so to speak. I've got a strength session today. I have got some prehab stuff in there, which I'm going to swap around a little bit. I've got some prehab stuff in this session and my conditioning session. So I'm going to swap the prehab stuff around because I think, again, it's just important to be honest with like how I'm feeling, what I'm up to. This is the point of this, is to show what kind of being in the process looks like as well. So if I was hiding anything, it's pointless. It's absolutely pointless. So to ensure that I can keep doing the work, to ensure that I can manage this kind of little niggle so early on, and again, this is only my 3rd day of training and I've got a niggle already, and this is how adaptive you need to be, and just like the mindset you have to be in as well. A lot of people would think, oh fucking hell, my calf's gone, like I can't do anything. It's not the case at all. You just swap it around, you adapt, you overcome, and this is the reality of it. And that's what the difference can be between making your dream progress, getting to where you want to be, and falling very, very short or flat as well. And basically swapping the prehab stuff with the other prehab stuff around, that's all it is, because the stuff today is it's like plyometric, so it's quite explosive, quite powerful, high force production, which for my calf today and my Achilles is going to do no good. I'm going to swap it around for the other stuff, which is like lower level loading. I'm going to try and get a couple of clips in the gym to show you that kind of stuff as well. It's not the most exciting, but it's the stuff that helps me. It's the stuff that builds that kind of durability, the robustness, and helps me prevent this from happening in the future as well. So I think it's important to as well. So I'll try and get a couple of clips from my session. I'll try and get as much as possible, and yeah, put it all together. So yeah, here we go. So now we're getting into the exciting stuff. First of all, this is a mid-foot bridge. This is good for the calf, Achilles, and the hamstring, working all together to help prevent injuries. This one here is a single leg reverse plank. As you can see by my face, absolutely savage. It's so much harder than it looks. Then we have the Copenhagen plank. This is good for your adductors, really good for keeping the hips nice and stable as well, as is this exercise here, working the glute medius and the obliques. We got into the main strength elements, starting with my weighted chin-ups. This is something I'm determined to get a lot better at. I can do pull-ups, but I've just struggled to make progress on them. Then we got into strict press. This is one of my stronger movements. So as you can see here, pushing it quite hard, we went to failure. Some quality facials on show again. And then, yeah, went to failure there. So then we had some more kind of prehabby stuff, core stability kind of exercises. These, again, they're not the most exciting, but they are absolutely critical for keeping you as strong and robust as possible. Then we finished with some bike intervals. The goal here was not to burst myself, it was just to ease myself back in and get some intensity back on the legs. But yeah, I was feeling pretty burst after it, to be fair. Today is Thursday, today's a rest day, so I'm looking forward to that, because the body's definitely feeling it after 3 days getting back into it. Feeling good though, feeling good. The calf is feeling better today, definitely made the right decision, swapping things around in terms of the prehab work. It'd be interesting to see how I am tomorrow in terms of how it feels, whether I manage to get that plyo stuff done again. I might just have to swap it for like lower level load stuff. So that's just going to be a case of managing that. I know how to do that, I know when to do that as well, just from experience of it happening so many times. What I'm going to do is I'll probably just do one more update towards the end of the week, just as like a bit of a summary of training. I'll let you kind of know how my calf is feeling, how I'm feeling in general, and then we can kind of talk about going into testing next week. Fuck, that was tough. So that's some real 2 max right there. Did 3 rounds, 4 minutes work, 3 minutes rest, 2 minutes working on the run, 1 minute steered, and then 1 minute burpees. Playing the goals to do like max distance or reps in that time. The idea behind that is make it a little bit higher option for myself, just to make it a little bit more interesting rather than, for example, just going on the bike for 4 minutes or running for 4 minutes. And it also gives me the chance to work on technique under fatigue for higher op stuff as well. But yeah, that was good. Tough but good. So yeah, I feel like I've managed intensity the right way this week so far. We're on Friday today, and yeah, I've still got a bit of a session to go left, so that's when I get some more bits for you.
so I'm recording this in the car because there's someone else in the gym and I didn't want to speak to the camera in front of them, if I'm being quite honest, so here we are. Yeah, so that is me finished my session now. I did my plyometric stuff, kind of swapped it right for just lower intensity stuff rather than what I'd originally planned, but still managed to get it done. I had to skip the sled, I was just feeling the calf too much. It's just not worth the risk at this point. We can catch up on that another time, that's no issue. And I did my VO2 max stuff. It's stuff that you've just seen there was my AMRAP. So I did a 20-minute AMRAP. It's 500 meter row. What the fuck was after it? 15 box jumps, then 1,000 meters on the bike, and then 20 meter sandbag carry. 20 minutes of that. I did like 3 and a bit rounds. The goal of that is just to again progress that over the weeks. And then I finished with the wall balls that you've seen there. So that was an EMOM, so every minute on the minute. You do 12 reps. So I did that for 10 rounds, 12 reps, so basically 120 wall balls accumulated with the 9 kg. So just to work on technique, rhythm, and being as efficient as possible with the wall balls. Last few sets got pretty tough. I felt pretty fatigued towards the end. So yeah, overall a really good session. It was tough, but just the right amount of tough. It wasn't like I was just hammering myself into the ground. Feeling good after that. Managed to get some running on the treadmill as well, which is a really good boost. I'm meant to be doing a speed session tomorrow. Will totally depend on how my calf is. Right, this is definitely the last video. So just to be updated, it's Saturday today. I was meant to have my speed run, but my calf is just feeling too... I just feel like it's too risky. The risk doesn't outweigh the reward, if that's the saying. So I just made the decision. I'm like, right, I'm just not going to do it. I'm going to swap it for another session. I actually decided to do my 20-minute FTP test, so that's basically 20 minutes on the bike erg, trying to hold the highest watts for the 20 minutes. I did that, I can't remember what I got, it's like 268 watts, 268 watts. So pretty happy with that because I've not been on the bike properly, like doing consistent sessions on the bike for a long time, so that's pretty good, and I actually think that might even be my highest FTP score that I've done ever. So yeah, pretty happy with that. But again, I just wanted to be as honest as possible with this because again, this is week 1 of my training and I've had to swap things out already, and you just have to be able to do that. If you just sack it off, if you just think, oh fucking hell, have the defeated mindset, like straight away, you're fucked. That's the honesty. So yeah, I just thought I'd be honest and say that I switched it up. I can always catch up on the runs, it's no problem at all. With the running next week and the testing, again, I'm just going to have to see how it is. Again, being completely honest, I can easily push the testing another week just to give my calf a bit more time to settle. But that is it. First video, done and dusted. Bish bash bosh. Hope you enjoyed it, and hopefully you'll watch my next one. Cheers.